Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I don't know if I think I've done a reading for you before, but I'm not sure. But I'd like to explain real quick kind of how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. Try to describe the picture the best I can. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and they'll go, oh, I know what he's talking about. This is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. He's not going to give me a lot of details because details are none of my business. He'll give me just enough that you should understand what he's referring to. It's their ball game. It's their show. I let them do anything they want to within reason. They got to follow my rules too. I get to be the boss sometimes, but they always boss me around. Anyway, so we're going to talk to Garrett. He's been saying, even before I started it, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Had I known, I wish I'd known. I wish I'd known what this would do to you. I'm sorry. Now, okay, so sometimes I'm urged to pull a card, and I usually pick my release cards. It's something you need to let go of. So I shuffle until he tells me to whoa. So he just pointed at the card. He wants me to pull it out now. Anyway, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. Yeah, right. Sometimes I feel like we don't, but we do. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. He says you've got a lot of negative thoughts about him leaving and about your part in it. Not really your part in it, but I'm sorry, I don't know what I didn't shut off. A whole lot of confirmation there. But you're oh, let me get this shut off. That's silly. Silly cameras. Stop, I just shut you off. It doesn't want to quit. Anyway, not like you had a hand in him leaving, but like you're gonna have to tell me how you want this said. Want me to say this? You feel like part of it's your fault. You have guilt from feeling like you should have done something better. You should have said something better. You shouldn't have said something you said before he left. You shouldn't have left when you left, or something like that. I'm not sure what that means. He says you have a lot of guilt over the part that you think you played in his life before he left. And he says, you're wrong. He says he'd like you to let go of the guilt of, I wasn't enough for him. I didn't do enough for him. I didn't save him. I didn't care for him enough. Somehow I messed up. He wants you to surrender that negative thinking because he says you are more than any young man could have ever wanted or needed. And he's admitting guilt in not letting you know enough when he was here about how much he thought of you. He says, I was trying to be a big boy. I was trying to be grown up. I was trying to be an adult. I have a grandson living with me right now, and he's going through that right now. He says, but I should have made more of an effort to let you know how much I loved you, how much I appreciated you. Instead of going off honky tonking and trotting, I think he said trotting. So I guess he means trotting off, like running around, like doing other stuff. I don't know. You know, that's what happens. They get their own, grow up and get their own life a little bit, or try to. At least that's what mine's doing right now. He says, you were perfect. You were a number one. And I hope I can make you feel that. And I should have made you feel that while I was here. And shame on me. He says, I am very grown up now. I am very mature. He feels calm. He feels mature. He says, tell her I feel like a grown man. He feels serene. He feels peaceful. Okay, I'm trying to see what he's doing. You ever seen the statue? I think it's called the Thinking Man. I want to say Dobie Gillis because I don't know how old you are. And Dobie Gillis, wasn't that Gilligan's Island or something? Anyway, he used to do there's a statue of a guy. He's kind of got one knee on the ground or sitting or something, and I think it's named the Thinking Man. I think it's hands under his chin, and but it's a full body statue somewhere. Hang on, let me ask Alexa. Well, that was cool. It's a man that is in sober thinking, battling with his inner struggle. That's what the statue is about, and I never knew that. So he was battling with an inner struggle. Most of us are. Most of us have something. I love you very much, Mom. Hang on, he's singing a song. This song's too old for him. But they pick songs that I can pick out and look up. So they pick old songs, even if they didn't listen to it. Hang on. I am sorry, this is rare. I cannot pick the song out. I've tried several songs on Alexa. None of them are the one that he's singing. He's going to have to give me a little better clue or a different song. We like to work messages through music a lot. He's still singing it, but I can't catch all the words, and I can't catch enough to get the title. And I'm not going to sing. I promise you, you don't want to hear it. Mhm. Dang it, it's bugging the snot out of me. Ding, 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 ding. It took me quite a few tries. Finally, I heard the words, title of the song very clear. It's Lay Your Head Upon My Pillow for the Good Times. It's Bobby Barry, Bare. That's an oldie country song. Even if he never listened to country, it doesn't matter. He picked a song that has words in it that he wants you to hear. It's something that I could pick out, because if you get me some hard head banging rock and roll shit, I never be able to get their message across. So anyway, Go play that song or Google the words or YouTube, whatever you want to do. There's a message in there from him to you. And you might, that's like I said, that's an oldie. You might even hear it pop up somewhere, or you could be walking through the store and it will be on the music up above. Or an old movie you might be watching on TV. Doesn't matter. He's got me watching my ALEX, and I'm not sure what he's wanting me to see. Okay, so he says you're kind of just hanging around, like life kind of sucks, just kind of hanging around, just kind of just doing the flat line, just putting one foot in front of the other and kind of not really thinking. I don't know how long he's been gone. Like part of grief. He likes your smile. He wants to see you smile more. You have to let go of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. He's running into somebody. Now we stink at names. Used to get them exact. For some reason, we don't get them exact anymore. Like Sharon. I'm not getting the feeling if this female was related to him. I feel like she was older than him, more like an aunt type figure, or Sherry. Keep hearing Sherry. So might have to stretch that name out outside the box a little bit, but somebody he's run into up there. I still feel like an aunt, or somebody that would feel like an aunt. Maybe it doesn't have to be a blood aunt. That sounded kind of gross. He said it was a nice reunion. Somebody sent her or somebody sent him to find the other one. And they had a nice reunion, a nice chat. And they're kind of buddies on the other side. One of them's helping, I feel like it's her that is helping him, helping show him the ropes. I believe in past lives, and I still have trouble wrapping my old head around it a bit. So I asked my woo-woo lady, well, if we've been there before, don't we, what the heck, we gotta learn some of this stuff over again? She goes, yep, that's the way it works. We're not instant geniuses when we go back. Darn. I was hoping I would be in some kind of life. I'm asking him something. And I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. You don't have to talk to him out loud. You can talk to him without moving your lips. He'll hear you. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you go, good morning, Garrett. I actually have a thing set on my ALEXA to goes off at a certain time every morning because that time means something to me. And I say good morning to my friend up there. He says, you should hear it's like shuffling of feet, but it looks But what kind of feet? Not just feet. Bare feet, boots, slippers, more like some kind of a boot or hard-soled shoe. Kind of not really scuffing, but kind of sliding, kind of shuffling. So you should hear this noise, and usually you'll hear it not when you're in this. Usually it's not in the same room with you, which makes no sense to me, but I'm not in charge. And usually it's when you're kind of maybe staring at the TV and your mind's kind of numb. You might hear it shuffling in the kitchen or down the hall or something. He's trying to let you know he's there without making a big deal out of it, without scaring you. So when you hear something like that, even if you see somebody doing it on TV or something, or you're walking through the store and somebody's doing it beside you, it's all still a sign. So validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs. Give him permission to, if that's what you want. It's your free will choice. He says, I'm always just hanging around, Mom. I keep an eye on you. I feel like I need to, and I want to. And it's not hurting me. I think he said that because some people think, well, if I talk to them too much, I'm keeping them from doing something they need to be doing, or it's not good for them, or I'm holding them down here and they can't go off where they need to. Well, you can't tie a rope on them. They're pure energy. They don't have a body to tie a rope onto. So you're not, they'll go wherever they need to go. So you're not bothering him in the least bit when you're talking to him. He says, yelling at me, yes. He's heard it all from you. He says, I have big shoulders. I am so good to go. I am happy. I am laid back. I am easy. Easy like Sunday morning. And I love you to the moon and back. And always will. I carry you in my heart as I feel you carry me in your heart. And we're perfect. We're good to go. It's all okay. More than you know. It's part of life's plan. And I fulfilled my life's plan. Because that's all the further I was supposed to go. That was a little speech. And I'm going to add in that what I've been taught is before we come here, we decide our exit point. I'm not sure we decide how we're going to leave, but we decide when we're going to leave. Why we do that, I don't know. I'm not I'm not in on the privy of all that stuff. But it can be when you're 1 day old, it can be when you're 100 years old. Whatever that timeline is, it can move just a little bit, but it's depending on what's going on with people around you, what they're going to learn from you leaving. So we basically, when your number's up, your number's up. And I hate that. Oh, I hate that term, but it actually fits. With that, he's leaving. He says, as he's walking away, he says, Happy Mother's Day. You're the best. And I want you to believe that. You're the best. You want me to flash that up there real quick? What's that song? He's singing it now. You're the best, better than all the rest. Is that a commercial? I think you think I think you're the best. What? Crap. Hang on. Okay. He picked the song by Tina Turner, "The Best." Simply the best, better than all the rest. So go YouTube, Google that one too. And with that, he's gone, singing as he left. Okay, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.